Yeah.
How do you balance both being an athlete and a content creator? I mean, I know it's got to be a challenge. You make it sound kind of easy, but I know
Yeah.
it's hard, man. So
I'll
what's the
tell you
balance?
why. I'll tell you why it's easy. Um, One, look at my like I'm an entertainment baseball player, right? So they go hand in hand. But two, the most important part is that all my stuff is stuff that I think is funny.
Is there anything better than a trip getting ready? Nope. For a long journey where our podcast released a new app and searching for a faith fiend, a new fixation. Giving this a subscribe is the same sensation. Started with the day ones, they gave us fuel to support the season. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here for a reason. Notification bells, text some friends, all to let you know. Check your Bluetooth, connect, talk your wisdom out.
Welcome in, everyone. This episode, Florida G, with our guest, Cory Garrastazu. Season 2, episode 94. But we got you here, Cory Cubano. What's up, man?
What's up, my man? Happy to be here.
Man, Cory, we have a lot to get to, bro. Like, I got so many questions. I know some people may not know who you are. Let me help them out. Oblige me, if you will.
Yes, sir.
Today, we're joined by Cory Cubano, a dynamic baseball player, entertainer, content creator, known for his electrifying presence with the Savannah Bananas. From his days as a Division I athlete to overcoming health challenges and redefining the game with banana ball, Cory has built a career that blends passion, perseverance, and pure entertainment. In this episode, we dive into his journey, the future of baseball, and how he's captivating audiences both on and off the field. Cory.
You nailed that. Wow.
Hey, I mean, I want to make sure they know. If they
you
don't
on
know,
point. You on point with that one.
now they know. Now they know.
That's got to be the best intro I've ever had.
That's all you, bro. Like, this is, I'm telling you, man, I really appreciate your time coming in here with us today. Now, what I want to do is, I'm hoping some people don't even know you. Like, yo, I'm big in Israel for some reason, yo. So I want some people in Israel. Hola to all my Israel homies out there. I don't know none of y'all. I don't know why I'm popping.
That's awesome, bro.
But I want y'all to know about Cory Cubano. All right, so man, I want to start with like early life and like your baseball beginnings.
Yeah.
I mean, mi abuela, she comes from Cuba. And so
oh, no way.
You know, I'm nice with it. So I thought, I don't know, it's in the blood or something. I mean, I don't know.
You speak Spanish?
A little, man. A little. It was a house of Spanglish growing up.
Oh man, I'm from Miami. Spanglish is like mandatory down here.
Yeah. So how was your Cuban heritage and growing up in Miami influence your approach to baseball and content creation?
Yeah, man. So born and raised here in Miami in a city called Hialeah. It's like within Miami, which is very Cuban, very Cuban. I'm talking about like go to CVS right now and they're probably talking Spanish and they don't speak English. Like I'm from like where everybody is Cuban. Cuba is baseball related. You know, you think of Cuba, you think that what they're good at in sports, you think of baseball, boxing. So it's always been in my family, in my blood. I remember growing up and already being so competitive. I started playing the game at 4 years old. I started playing at 4, and bro, in Miami, everything's crazy in Miami, but I literally remember like crazy Cuban ass parents just fighting, and we're like 5 years old in coach pitch. So it's so competitive down here. And then I grew up, you know, playing baseball. I liked fishing. I liked being outdoors, like old school, typical old school. And then I didn't fall in love with the game, bro. To believe it or not, I didn't fall in love till like high school. Growing up, I was just very athletic. I played basketball, football, every sport you can think of. I was very athletic, but baseball wasn't like exciting enough, I guess, to me. So, bro, I remember like my dad wasn't either like, oh, you need to play baseball. He let me do my own thing. Like he let my brother, who was also a baseball player, he let him one time straight up just not stop playing baseball. Like he said, "Hey, Dad, I want to be a fisherman." My dad's like, "Go ahead." And then funny story about that is when I committed to go play in college, my brother was like, "All right, I want to play again." And then he
Oh,
came back to the games. Yeah. But to tell you my story on like where I went to college and stuff like that. So again, I wasn't in love with the game till like high school when I started getting attention of like uh scouts and stuff like that. And I was like, "Damn, I could really do this for a living." And then I started really loving it. I've always liked the camera, bro. Like I've always been that dude in the locker room that would dance, that would always be in a great mood. I'm always messing around like with the team. And that's something that always stuck with me that'll make sense later on in the story. But yeah, I remember going to college in West Virginia, bro. Like huge culture shock for me.
yo,
It was Marshall University, so it was a D1 school. I was like, all right, let's go play some D1 ball. Let's do
Thunder
this.
and Herd.
Yeah, yeah, we're living our dream. And I know that there's a movie made out of the school. I'm like, yo, I'm going to a good spot. Even though it's like the North Pole to me, I'm ready to just go and play ball.
Yeah.
I remember, bro, getting on there like on campus and making a video because I had been making videos, but there was no TikTok back then. There was no, NIL deals. None of that existed. I had like Vine. You remember Vine?
Yeah, I do.
I had Vine, bro. I was just known as this Miami kid that was getting a little bit of following, but nothing crazy. And I go up there and I made a video that blew up. It was like a blonde girl, poor girl. She was walking across the street, and I'm like, "Yo, what's the address to Pinga Street?" And it's like a really bad word, a curse word in Spanish. And the
Yeah.
girl's like, I think it's and it was like really funny video. Anyways, the next morning, bro, my coach, I haven't even met my team yet, and they're like, "Yo, you need to take out social media. You need to delete this. You need to delete that." And I'm like, "Damn, bro." I'm like, so it's like really like I can't really do both, I guess. I can't like make videos and play baseball. Gotta pick one. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just a freshman that doesn't know what's going on, and that's my guy, my leader, and I have to say yes, he's right, right? So to fast forward, I'm playing college ball. I ended up getting hurt my freshman year. Before that, I had gotten hurt like three surgeries in one shoulder in one arm. So I had dealt with a lot of adversity with injuries. But like any athlete, bro, I was like, all right, like what's next? It's fine. I always had a backup plan. I got my master's while I was playing.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, so to go to that, that's another crazy story that I'm very proud of is after Marshall, since I had all these injuries, I had like a red shirt, medical red shirt.
Yeah.
So I had never been able to play with my brother, and then I saw my brother was a freshman at Jacksonville University, and I said, I'm gonna go join my brother, because
That's
over
the
here,
Dolphins, right?
yeah, JU, yes, bro.
I know my sports.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because JU was such a better baseball school at the time. Like, bro, it was like a smaller conference,
Yeah.
but the team was like very together. It was just they accepted me like right away. Like I could make videos, I could do whatever the heck we want. As long as you could play ball, like we're all a family. So I had that vibe. I had been wanting to leave Marshall just because like I wasn't happy with not being able to be myself. I was making viral videos in a time where they were telling you like, hey, don't post videos, don't post this.
Mhm.
Now and with NIL, everyone's getting there's millionaires that are 21 years old, which is
Yep.
crazy. But whatever, I always stuck to myself, bro. I always kept making those videos, even if I had to like hide my profile, change my name. And then I go to JU and join my brother, and it was the most amazing thing ever because he's a pitcher and I'm an outfielder. And I'm playing college baseball with my best friend, my brother. And it was just like very emotional. It was like the best thing ever. It was something that my parents will never forget, that I will never forget. And then, like I said, I was like falling out of love of the game a little bit
Yeah.
because I was like not being able to be myself, this fun and like person, and I like the camera and posting. But JU kind of put me back in that little like, yo, you could still do both. Like you could be yourself and post it. We don't care. Then I stopped playing. I get my master's while I'm playing, and I was like, all right, I want to start the real world, like big boy job. I'm tired of asking my money, my parents for money. Like I want to start making money. I remember taking a job for at First Watch, bro. I'll never forget this. I was literally a cook, like kind of a cook, but I was a manager at First Watch. I ain't know nothing about cooking. I was just like, let's just try this out. But I'm still making these videos, right? I'm going to
Yeah.
the park by myself and I'm making funny videos, baseball videos, and I'm not even playing anymore. But it's what I loved. So in this whole journey, bro, I'm like, I don't know what's next. Like my dream was always baseball, but now like TikTok coming out and now this whole wave of social media, I'm like, let me try to pursue this because this is what I love. Yeah, I got this First Watch, I got the kitchen job, whatever to get me by. But I'm still like this entertainer, bro. I'm like, yo, I am like so much bigger than this. Like I just want to keep growing.
Mhm.
Started growing pretty good on TikTok. Got to like I think like 50,000 pretty fast, and it was all baseball videos. And then I had seen the bananas coming up through TikTok, and I'm like, bro, this is like both worlds. Literally, my both worlds going like this at a
Yep.
perfect time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had not been playing. It had been 2 or 3 years out the game, so I was like, I need to like bro, I need to like at them, try everything in their DMs. Like, where's the tryout? What do I got to do? And bro, sure enough, of me just being consistent and really me showing that I really wanted to play, I was
Yep.
invited to like the private tryout for the Bananas. And bro, it was something that I had never. Bro, it's crazy. If you ever ask anyone what a tryout is, like, it's insane. You have to basically right off the bat, you got to wear like a costume because they want you to be like comfortable with being weird.
Right.
Whatever's normal, like Banana Ball wants you to do the opposite. So we got there and they're like, "Yo, you need to learn this TikTok dance. You're gonna do it here. You need to learn this, and you need to do trick plays. You can't catch a ball normal. The game is like crazy." But I was ready for it, bro. I was watching all the videos. I was like, "All right, let's do this." And what I'll never forget is when I tried out, how many people were like me, like I had thought the whole time that I was like this problem making videos, like bro, and I was around people going, "Yo, can I use you for a video?" And I'm like, "Bro, yeah, hell yeah!"
Yeah.
Like before, I was the one that's like, "Bro, can I do a video?" And everyone's like, "Nah, nah, like
Yeah.
nah, I don't do that or whatever." I go, "All right, whatever, respect it." Now I'm in a place where I could shine. Like I'm like, I want to make this. So I remember killing it, bro. I remember having a great tryout, doing trick plays and all that stuff. Because over there, everyone could play over there. Like it's literally a professional baseball, and it's its own league and own rules. So for you listeners like that don't know about bananas and banana ball and the team that I played with, um, it's basically like an entertainment baseball team, but it's gotten so big that it's its own league now. So there's 4 teams in it, and they're traveling all over the U.S., playing in football stadiums, NASCAR stadiums, and selling out. They're like at 450 sellouts in a row. It's crazy. And this all started by them going viral on TikTok on all these dances mid game, and dude, to the owner just had this vision and it all came together. And that's what I was a part of this past year that was unbelievable. And it was one of those things that it was just life coming together for me.
Yeah.
And those guys could ball. Like it's legit. A lot of people always ask, like, oh, maybe the competition isn't as good as professional. And I'm like, bro, they pay more than pro ball and you play less, which doesn't make sense. Professional baseball, like you're considered a professional baseball, but it's a whole different league. It's like NFL and XFL, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
some that's what I would compare it to. But this is like a show and it's fast paced. And what I noticed why I loved it was because remember what I told you? I thought baseball was kind of boring.
Yep.
Bro, you go there and the packed, like slammed, the seats are slammed, it's quick. Sometimes in baseball it's too slow
Yep.
and you're there and like 3 minutes go by and the balls have been thrown. You're like, yo, I want to get out of here by like the sixth inning. So Banana Ball they flipped that. They're like, how do we make this fun? And bro, the rules are crazy. If you hit a foul ball and a fan catches it, you catch it, I'm out. Like the rules are insane. It's crazy. It's the best rule ever unless you're hitting.
Right,
And
right.
you hit one into the stands, and you're all of a sudden I'm like, what? I'm out. It's crazy, but it's a very fast paced game. That's just one of the many crazy rules if you want to look into it. And I was able to be a part of it, and that was last year. That so the last tour, 2024. We're in 2025, and I actually had a, in my opinion, even better opportunity pop up for me. And now I'll be playing this league that's very similar, but it's like glow in the dark baseball.
Oh, yeah,
So
I've seen
it's
that.
another professional entertainment team. A lot of the guys from Banana, not a lot, like eight, like seven, eight,
Yeah.
are coming over with me to this organization. And bro, likewise, like it's just another show. And I'm an
Mm-hmm.
entertainer, and I'm just in that mode where all these things are happening to me that, I mean, bro, thank God. Like I'm
Yeah.
blessed because me staying that course is what allowed, like, bro, I trusted the process, and I always have. When I was hurt, I was like, man, why me? Whatever. But I've always been like, everything happens for a reason. And if I didn't get hurt, I wouldn't have played with my brother. If I
Yep.
didn't get hurt, like, bro, so many things led me to where I'm at today. And I'm very excited to go on this new tour. But yeah, bro, that's been like, in a nutshell, my ride to like this whole entertainment baseball scene that I'm in. And obviously, content, I've been posting a lot of videos. It's only helped being on the baseball field again. So I make a lot of content, and I don't just do baseball. Like, I just do relatable stuff. I'll do like the Cuban parent versus the American parent
Yep.
at a baseball game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do all that stuff. So I'm just at a good point in my life, man. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yo, that's what we're talking about with the perseverance, because a lot of times, man, we do give up on stuff. And then
Yeah,
even when those dark times hit us, sometimes it takes us to a dark place, and we don't even try to look for the light on the way out. Bro, you made it out. Like for the rest of us,
yeah,
man, that gives us a reason to keep pushing, because yo, Cory, sometimes we just in the wrong spot, man. I mean, West Virginia wasn't your spot. That
yeah,
wasn't for you. But
yeah.
Jacksonville was. And
Absolutely.
change your zip code,
Yeah.
change your outcome.
And it was scary, right? Like I was like, damn, but like then people might see me as a quitter or like what a, but like, bro, I didn't quit. It was like 4 years of me really trying to buy in and listening to this dude. But maybe the way his views are, like, it ended up being like bad for me. Like, bro,
Yeah,
I was like not in love with the game at all. I got, imagine being hurt. And then on top of that, you can't make videos. And I'm not putting videos like me at a club. I'm putting like videos that will make a kid laugh, that'll make you laugh. So I was like, bro, like, am I really doing anything wrong? And I remember talking to my pops a couple times, like, yo, you need to get out of there. And then, bro, when my brother, the opportunity, when I saw the opportunity to play with my little brother, I was like, bro, I will not go anywhere else. This is all I want to do. And it ended up working out perfectly. I played 2 years with him, and then I fell back in love with the game, bro.
man, there's so much I want to get in on that. First of all, let's go back to D1 ball.
Yeah,
Were there any pivotal moments in D1 ball? You know, like you hit the game winning triple, game
oh
winning
yeah,
home run. You ever had one of those?
bro. There's a moment that I posted about this, and it, of course, it was with my brother, and we um we're in the same team. Obviously, we made it very far the first year that I got there, and I'm
Yeah,
just this new guy on the team, right? Like, there's in baseball, it's fall and spring. And I had transferred from after the fall. So all these guys been grinding, and I'm like, just they're kind of like, who's this dude? But again, like I said, they were very cool. They welcomed me, and I earned a starting spot very fast. And I was playing in the outfield, and we were 3 games away from the College World Series in Omaha. So we made
yeah,
it very far. We were playing against the Gators, UF, Florida Gators,
yeah,
and it, bro, like 4,000 people there. It was slammed and big game, bro. And I remember I had a game of my life. Like, bro, I love the camera. I like the big stage. So when I saw that stage, I don't know, and my family there and my brother on the team, I was like, all right, one, I'll run through a wall. I would already run through a wall for any of my teammates, but when my
right,
brother's out there or like pitching,
yeah,
and I'm the outfielder, bro, I'll climb the fence and keep going to go get, like, I'll die against that wall. It's
Yep.
just another level of like willing to sacrifice anything. So, bro, I remember that game I went off. I hit a home run. Well, no. So before that, it was a very close game. It was 3-1. I robbed a home run. Like I jumped over the fence, caught one. And then the next inning, bro, I was going crazy, crazy, crazy. Like saying every curse word ever, and my chain was everywhere. I was just like screaming, and my emotions were insane. And then the next inning, I hit one to make it 3-2. And bro, it was beautiful. That place was 4,000 people were all quiet, and all you hear is a little green section of JU like going nuts. And my
Yeah.
pops, my pops looking at me, and that I get emotional every time I explain this, bro, because like when I was rounding the bases, it took
Yep.
forever. It took forever, but it didn't. I just wanted to slow it down because I was like, bro, I was like, one, I'm looking at my pops, I'm looking at my family. I located them right away. And then as I'm rounding the bases, the first person waiting for me was my brother. So I'm like, damn, bro. Like I remember like slowing down and just like, I don't want this to end right now. I want to like milk this thing. Like I remember literally hugging him, like kissing him on the cheek, like on
Dang.
national television. I was like, God, I'm on like such a high right now that I have like goosebumps right now just talking about it. But that was by far like in college ball, that was like the best moment of my life for sure.
Man.
Yeah.
Yo, who could lose in front of their dad? Like your dad was in the stands. I
Yeah.
remember, man, my dad didn't get to see me do a lot of sports, but I ain't never lose in front of him. It just happened that way.
Yeah.
I took some L's, but not when Pops was in the
Bro,
stands.
that guy is my best friend. I do a lot of videos with him too. But he to this day, he if I'm practicing, he wants to be there. And I'm 29 years old. Like he's sometimes the only one there. And that's like my favorite feeling ever, bro. Like him pulling up, I'm just like, "Oh, shoot. All right."
Hey, how back to banana ball? How do you think banana ball is influencing the future of baseball? Because
Bro,
it
yeah.
seems like it could.
It seems like it already has. Like if you look at certain things that are going on in the MLB right now, they're like making these little tweaks that everybody's like, what the heck? Like they put a pitch clock on. I don't know if you know that.
Yep,
The,
yep,
the pitch clock now, they're trying to rush the game. Why? Because, like, bro, banana ball is you throw the ball, and by the time you look up, the pitch is coming already again. Like that. Bam, bam, bam. So it's nonstop action. That's something that Banana Ball created. That now they probably will not admit it, but they're like, holy shoot, like we need to like change things up.
hmm
And then I do think it takes away from the authenticity of baseball of the game, but they've already, added that rule. I think that or they're trying to implement the golden batter rule that bananas have, where they're saying that you could like at any time pinch hit someone like your best, like Aaron Judge.
Oh,
It's like a big thing that everyone's freaking out right now because they're making all these changes in baseball. This year they're allowing you to challenge. Have you seen that?
yep, yep.
Yeah. So
I
they're
like
they're trying to mess with it, and I feel like it's because like believe it or not, banana ball is they got competition because I'll tell you right now, the Marlins Stadium, there was a banana ball game this weekend, sold out. That place has never been sold out on a Marlins game. Never, never. Like
Yep,
ever. Like ever. There's like I don't know, 5,000 fans that go there out of 37,000. And then in Banana Ball, every time they play there, they sell out 37,000 seats.
yeah,
So like and yeah, I get it. Like it's the Marlins, but I'm talking about baseball in general. Like you you talk about that and compare those numbers to any city.
yeah,
Obviously, you have your Yankee Stadium and all these places that are historic that they have a great fan base. But as far as like the sport, I feel like they're trying to keep up with the entertainment aspect and trying to make things quicker. And yeah, I see a lot of it in Banana Boat. Like they're probably like straight up taking notes. Like, yo, we need to change
yep.
something.
Your content creation and social media. Your TikTok account, it's gotten significant attention.
Yeah.
How do you balance both being an athlete and a content creator? I mean, I know it's got to be a challenge. You make it sound kind of easy, but I know
Yeah.
it's hard, man. So
I'll
what's the
tell you
balance?
why. I'll tell you why it's easy. Um, One, look at my like I'm an entertainment baseball player, right? So they go hand in hand. But two, the most important part is that all my stuff is stuff that I think is funny, stuff that I support, and it's real. Like I would never be trying to make a video that I'm uncomfortable with, or I'm like have to go out of like what I just did with the UFC. This just went viral. I pretended to be a UFC fighter and walking around in Vegas. I'm like, that's something I would do,
Yo,
even
that
if there
was
wasn't
good.
a camera. I was like,
All them
that's
girls was
some.
taking selfies with you.
Oh my god, bro, it was so funny,
That was
bro.
good, man.
Believe
That
it or
was good.
not, my I had just gotten my first sponsor like a month ago,
Yeah.
and that idea was inspired for like that sponsor, that company that sponsored me, and I said, hey, this is my idea. They're like, oh, all right. Goes off 3 million. I think it's at 3.5 or something like that, and they're like, damn, you know what you're doing. Like, yeah, but it's really just an idea. Like, this is me. That I think that's funny. I'll never be that dude that posts just to like, I don't know, like just because I think it's the right or it's the way to do it. Like, no, if I'm posting something, it's because I think my idea is good and it's
Mm-hmm.
legit. Like, even when it comes to anything, sponsors, anything, it's like legit. So that's why I feel like it's easy to handle both because what I think's funnier if I go to work right now, baseball field, and I'm thinking of a video and I do it, like for me it's just I love it so much that it's not like tough or anything like that ever. I just love doing it, bro. And then that falls hand in hand with it being challenging or not. But I know what you're saying, like as an athlete, um, maybe compared to like a normal athlete that isn't doesn't care about social media or something. Those people now gotta care because they got NIL deals coming in.
Wow.
So it's different. It's different when you're, a college, well, professional athlete that plays 6 days a week and all you do is train. Me, the content creator part and the baseball, I feel like is what got me on this entertainment lifestyle baseball program, like Bananas and the new team that I'm on, the Chili Peppers. So I'm in a good spot, bro. Like it's not tough at all.
Let's talk about personal insights and ideas, your future aspirations. Let's start with cultural identity. Do you think that another reason why everybody flocks to you is your authenticity about your identity? You know, you're embracing Cubano.
Yeah.
So do you think embracing that has influenced your personal and professional life? Because I think that's what we're all pulled to is you're
Yeah.
one of us.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. For sure. Like I've always been like that though. Like I would like I hate like saying this, but I was always like a popular kid in high school. Like I have always been real, man. Like friendships, family comes first. Like I've always been a real ass dude. And that's why yeah, like me being myself, the Cuban, like me being Cuban, me being I'm just like I like going out. I don't mind admitting that. Like there's times where people were like, "Yo, you're gonna post, oh, you're at this place, but don't put me on the camera." I'm like, "Bro, put me on camera. Like this is what I love to do."
Yeah.
Maybe not you, but like I've always been like that. So I do think that it helps with, you know, my crew or my following and stuff like that. But even like friendships, bro. Like I feel like I'm just a dude. One, I never get mad, bro. Like I know that's probably like easier said than done, but for me to get pissed off, bro, you need to really like suck. Cause I freaking love my life. I feel like I'm just a likable person, bro, honestly. So even like social media, like following and stuff, and like as far as being my boy, my friends, that's just how I've always been, bro.
Let's get to this other thing, man. Yo, you got a master's degree.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying a piece of paper makes a person better than anyone else. I'll never say that. My dad
right, right.
raised three of us. He didn't have a degree at the time. He got one later after we all got out the house. But bro. I mean, that's achievement, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, should we be having you go to high schools and whatnot, so
yeah,
you
yeah,
talk to some kids? And I
yeah.
mean,
See,
it's a
like,
big deal.
yeah, yeah. No, I was very like, so I was in a position where, remember I told you I was like, I need a backup plan after I got all these injuries. I was like, man, like everybody tells you, you grow up, you go to school, you get that piece of paper, like you're saying, and it's
Yep.
important. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was beneficial for me as far as that first job. That first
Yep.
job, I was a manager, and it was because I got a master's in leadership, and that was huge. Without that, shit, no shot I had that. Like that like helped me at least have a big boy job right away, even though it wasn't my dream job. It
Yeah.
helped me get on my feet. So I will never regret like getting school done and stuff like that. I know now in today's world, you don't need it, right? An entrepreneur, they have very good points saying like starting my own business and this. To me, bro, I'm old. My parents are old school. My dad's a PE teacher. My mom's a principal. And whenever I grew up, yeah, when I was growing up, it was my dad was handled the baseball side and my mom had the academics. So I always had a good balance. I had really good parents that raised me right. And when I was playing, I was mature enough to just be like, bro, I need to get this done. Even though like a lot of people are like, oh, but you're playing a sport, it's gonna be hard. Like to me, I was like, dude, it can't be that hard if other people are doing it. And
Boom.
I
That's it.
just yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm not trying to be a science engineer or anything, but I do want to get my master's in leadership, in organizational leadership, and that's the one that I chose. And now I even made a video about this, but it's like, does it correlate to what I'm doing today? Yes and no. I'm a leader in the locker room, but I'm an entertainer. Like I'm a TikToker. I'm an athlete. But it all started with, like you said, that piece of paper went a long way for me. So it is important to finish school and to pursue a master's degree or any degree. Um, but like I wanted to change the narrative in my family, right? Like I could have easily been a principal. Like that master's, I could be a principal in two
Yeah, you
years,
could.
3 years. I could be the
Yep.
youngest principal in Miami. Who knows? But it ain't me. So I had that ticket too. Like my parents were showing me the way, this school, and I'm like, it ain't me. Like I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna make it and in this. And they're super supportive. They didn't know how big social media was gonna get. I was like, yo,
Yep.
this is the game right now, and it's gonna get bigger. And then now, as of the last 2 years, 3 years, they've seen like brand deals, and then I've showed them this, and the money's starting to come in that I had told them would come in. And then they're all like, all right, like you got a point. You can literally make a career in this. And I have. So it's dope. It's dope. It's crazy how that piece of paper does correlate to my life, but it doesn't. And I made a video. It was like, so what did you do with your master's degree? And it shows me dancing in the bananas game, like just to the middle of the inning, bro. And it's pretty funny. It kind of blew up.
Yo, I know that's one of the clips. I hope I remember to come back and clip that one, man,
Yeah, yeah. I'll send it
because
to you.
I do go to a lot of um, high schools. I speak at a lot of high schools, and a lot of times you're trying to explain to people why they should go get that piece of paper. Look, there are other paths you could take. I got it.
Yeah,
But some people are gonna have to go get it. Some black, some brown, some Miami cats. It can't all be suburb kids. It's got to
yeah.
be some real cats getting that piece of paper too, for the
Absolutely.
diversity's sake. We just gonna have the same people like in charge.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
like what you said,
Agreed.
because sometimes I think we talk ourselves out of it that it's too hard. But I like what you said. Can't be that hard because other people doing it.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, baseball it was a lot. Like baseball is a full-time job, and we weren't getting paid anything for that because back in the day it was illegal to be paid, and I couldn't even get a job as a bartender. But yeah, it was hard, but like I was like, all right, this my boy that's a first baseman was studying like to be a bro. He was like doing something crazy, like science. marine biology, some I don't know what it was, but I was like, bro, how are you doing this masters? And he was nasty. He was probably our best player. I was like,
What?
if this dude could do it, then I could definitely do it. And I don't know. Once I started, it was easier. I was like, all right, I'm doing this, and there ain't no half-assing it. Like my parents helped me; they paid for me. Like I'm gonna go to class. I'm not just gonna try to get a B. Like I'm gonna get this thing done. And I was able to balance it, bro. And it was a great decision, and I'm glad I did it. Before it was a little like, man, it might be too much work, but bro, in the long run, it was huge for me.
Man, you uplifting us right now, man. You don't even know.
Yes, sir.
I think some people talk themselves out of that opportunity, and but you went for it. All right.
Yeah.
So looking ahead, what do you? I told you I wanted to talk about the future. What are your aspirations, both on and off the field? Some things that you thinking about that you was like, yeah, I'd like to do that.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely want to be making, I want social media to be full time at some
Okay.
point because you're an athlete and you're athletic and you could do flips and stuff like that for only so long.
Yeah.
But I want to leave like a big impact on just, the youth and just all of like my followers and my following. I'm like a dude that right now will go to the field and meet little kids that are playing that I have never met before in my life, but the parents are reaching out, hey, come talk to us. Like, I want to impact as many ballers, little ballers, a little girl that doesn't play sports, anything, anything. I'm always trying to impact like the younger generation. I've always, when I go to talk to these people and kids, I love telling them my story about how, you know, I, I was basically told you can't do that. You can't do these videos. And what I believed in, I kept doing it and it got me to where I'm at today. Now it just so happens that college is like, oh, post this. Now you should post this. Yes, the money and all that is cool, but I love this shit. Like I literally stuck with it because I love it. So I want, kids to take that mindset and apply it to whatever they do in life. But I would do that by probably starting like more YouTube related stuff. I
Yeah.
just started putting shorts on there. But I want to do like long form content on YouTube, and I have like almost 20K on there. I'm trying to like grow a little bit and then just start making like movies of what I do because my life, bro, is like I'll go to UFC, like an actual UFC fight, and I'll go with my pops. Like I want to like vlog everything,
Yeah.
but not like a traditional like, oh, get ready with me. Like no, I want to like really put cool stuff out there. So the next thing up for me would definitely be my YouTube,
Yeah.
and growing that and being at a point in my life where I want to like take care of my parents, man, for sure. I owe everything to them. So I would love to retire them. And yeah, bro, like I just want to be I just want to be killing it on social media, man. And I'm getting there, but I'm never satisfied. So I want to just keep going and climbing.
What was the craziest moment you experienced while playing with the Savannah Bananas?
Craziest moment.
Anything that
Oh,
stood out? Like, I
it's
don't know.
there's so
Some
many crazy stuff, bro. Um, I would say my craziest experience, the coolest thing I ever did
was that?
in my short time with the Bananas. So I am on a team. So there's 4 teams, like I told you.
Yeah.
It's all the same thing, but my team was like the bad guys that play against the Bananas, right?
Yeah.
All the same thing. We got to do the TikToks, we got to do the flips, the catches, the dancing, the umpires twerking between every single game. So I remember I went out there to play in Indianapolis, and at the time, my biggest crowd had been 4 or 5 thousand people. The UF game with my brother.
Okay.
That game against the Bananas, I went out there and it seated 15,000, and there was probably like 16,000 people there.
God.
So I was out there and I was looking at the crowd like, damn. like, this is crazy. It was like good, but I was like, again, I like that. So I was like, I gotta do something crazy. Like, I gotta do something I've never done before. I gotta go all in. The stage is big.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you gotta see this video too. They hit me a fly ball to right field. And I
Yeah.
had been telling my friends, I'm like, I wanna do this, but it's a lot. It's a trick play where I take my jersey off and I use my shirt and I pop it up to the other guy. But when you practice it and stuff, everybody's like, "Damn, but are you gonna do it in the game though?" Haha. And I'm like, "I'm gonna do it one day in the game when the time's right." And bro, that first fly ball, I remember it went up, and I said, "I hope I don't mess up in front of 15,000 people, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for it." And bro, I it was perfect. I took my jersey off. I was so nervous that I was gonna get stuck. I'm just like, "Oh my god!" Take it off, and then pop the ball, and then the center fielder came over and caught it in the air. So it was like a trick play, but it was the coolest thing I've ever done. It was the most insane thing that happened to me in banana ball for sure. And you can see that video. I'll send it to you too. It's wild. It was wild, bro. It was crazy. But just having like, I was so happy I tried it after, man. I was like, oh, bro, that's what they want here. They want you to, you
Yeah.
know, they want you to try the crazy. They want you to do the abnormal. So that was my the coolest abnormal thing I've ever done on the baseball field for sure.
How do you mentally prepare for a game that's as much about entertainment as it is about competition? Like,
Yeah.
how do you do that?
We well one like when we were on the Bananas organization, we have to practice like choreography is all huge. It's a big part. We practice but to your question, we're all he Jesse Cole, the guy that is the owner, they do a real good job of hiring these special athletes that our personality is like the most important part. Their LLC is called Fans First. So right when you go into the organization, they talk about how important it is to engage with fans and to just be likable and post about your life, like post everything. It's a big part of what we do. So everyone there is already kind of like a you know that we do this, bro. Like we
Yeah.
even without banana ball, we are these type of people. So I mean, bro, there is a lot of preparation that goes into the entertainment aspect. You
Yeah.
have to practice like the trick plays, bro. That's all I practiced was trick plays. There's stuff that I was like the shirt popping. I would
Yeah.
practice it all the time, all the time, all the time until I felt very, very comfortable with it. But everybody's working on different trick plays. Everyone there could play at this level. Even where I'm going to play now,
Mm-hmm.
everyone could play. They know that. We've been playing our whole lives since we were little. This is more like have fun and put on a show and do the things that like trick plays and
Mm-hmm.
the dance moves.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that we practice a lot. Uh, and yeah, the rest just falls into play with just like I'm saying for me, I'm an entertainer, bro. So when, for example, I made another trick play after that cool catch, and my first reaction was to run into the closest crowd and start jumping. Like I'm always also like adapting to things. I'll in the middle of the game, in the middle of the game, I straight up just climbed the fence, started signing balls.
I
Well,
know.
like left my position, left my position. I was like, I hope they don't hit it there. But what does that
Yes.
do?
Yo.
People are like, yo, what the heck? What if they hit it over there? Like this kid's crazy. So I just always had a good eye for what's entertaining. And yeah, bro, a lot of preparation does go into it, but the personality part, a lot
Yeah.
of us we're just like that, bro. Like I told you the trial, I was like, I was so happy to be around other people like this that they're like, yo, I have an idea for a video, bro. I didn't say no to anything. I was like, yes, yes, I'll videotape it for you, anything.
Man, yo, it's
It's
so
crazy.
nice that you were able to find your people.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
do you ever you kind of answered this before, but do you ever feel pressure to constantly entertain both on and off the field? Like, how do you handle it? Because content creators, I know some, and they're a little stressed about it. I say even for this channel, it's not hard for me, man. I can't talk to enough people. That's
Yeah.
why, man, I did 220 episodes in the first season. We had 94 already on this one.
Damn.
It's not hard for me. I enjoy talking to people. If I ain't
Right.
talking to somebody, because they told me no, but that's me. What about you?
Yeah. Again, it falls back to I love it so much that I don't even feel like work. And that's the American dream, right? Like they
Yeah,
say you don't have to work a day in your life if you love what you do. I'm trying to get to that, and I feel like I'm already at that.
yeah,
But I'm just like a baby, like growing. Like I'm just got my first couple of sponsors. Like I'm just growing in this game. But I could tell you from even someone that is just starting to grow, that I don't feel pressure because I know I'm good at what I do. Like I have
mm-hmm.
never ever like maybe a little pressure when there's 15,000 people and you're like, I need to make this trick play.
Yeah. First
But
time to
like
do it.
good pressure, like
Yeah,
good pressure. Like I
yep.
want to feel that. Like I'll go home and I'll miss that feeling, right? Like as far as content, like bro, there's been times where before like I didn't if a video didn't get a lot of likes or attention, like I wasn't like, "Oh no, like what am I doing wrong?" Cuz it was still me. I've just been lucky enough that all this stuff I have a good eye for like what I do. Like I feel like I'm good at what I do. Um and I trust it too. But all
Yep.
that stuff has came together with now with me posting what I think is funny, what I think is dope, what I think makes my even posting about my normal self like a post. It's what I like. So I've never had pressure as far as like that subject or entertainment side.
Yeah.
I just always really want to entertain. I always want to be in a huge crowd. I always want to make a dope video, and I'm gonna forever be like that. Like that won't change. That's who I am. But I'm real with who I am. There was a time where I could have easily been like, I'm not gonna try that because this guy said it was not the right thing to do, and my coach said that it's wrong, but I think it's right. Well, one day it might be right, but this is what I love to do, and I know I'm not doing nothing wrong, breaking no rules, so whatever. It ended up working out. So
Yo, we all go through it, and we see you and you're thriving. But for those of us, when we hit those hard times, bro, like you face serious health issues,
yeah,
including autoimmune
yeah,
disease.
big
What
time,
kept you motivated during your toughest moments? Because some of
bro.
us, we need to drink some of that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was a scary time in my life. So when I turned 25, bro, I'll never forget it. I had never had any back injuries, anything with my back.
Right?
Out of nowhere, bro, I started to like be in so much pain that it was like my lower spine all the way to my legs, and it was like it was paralyzing pain is what I describe it as. Like I couldn't move. There's times where I would go to the gym and I'll be like, like screaming. I'm like, is it a pinched nerve? What is it? Bro, months go by, not weeks, like months go by, and it starts getting worse. And I've been through every doctor. I've been to a back doctor. I've gotten steroids. I've gotten every pill. And it was the most depressed I had ever been in my life. And I told you, like, I am not a depressed guy, bro. I'm just like, give me an answer. Bro, it could be cancer, whatever it is, just give me an answer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was losing hope because there was no answer for so long. This thing was going on for like I want to say 8 months to a year before I got an answer. And
Yeah.
I had been doing my own research and like Googling. You know they tell you not to Google because you Google you have a
Yep.
headache, you're gonna die in 3 days.
Yeah.
So I'm like Googling these symptoms, and after a while, I'm like, man, maybe it's this. And I would suggest it to doctors and be like, to a back doctor. And they're like, nah, bro, there ain't no way you have, does anyone in your family have that? I'm like, no, man, but some families in Cuba that don't even have a phone. Like, maybe, I don't know. But it looks like what I have. But then they're like, no, that's like a trick question on our medical exam. Like, that's crazy. You don't have that. So they were like, oh, if you want to test for that, you would have to go to a rheumatologist. I go finally. I'm like, I'm gonna go to a rheumatologist because nothing else ain't working, and I'm at a point in my life where like I'm gaining weight in my face. I'm gaining weight, and I'm a skinny dude, and I'm just like pissed that I can't figure this out. This is before banana ball
Oh,
and before that, so it's in that stage of where I wasn't playing ball,
yeah.
and I'm finding out what to do next, and all I'm doing is videos. So it was very scary. And finally, I go to the rheumatologist and I tell them this, and they're like, even they were like, "Oh, I don't know if you'll have it. It's usually passed down with genetics." And I ended up, they're like, "Oh, you have to have this certain gene, and if you have this gene, then you have it." And then I remember getting tested, and I had that gene, the magical gene that they're like, "You have to have this." So then I'm like, "Holy shit, I might have an answer." But I still was like, "Bro, nothing's working." So I'm like, hopefully, I'm just trying to find anything to cure this thing because I was like, bro, I'm talking about like I would wake up and I would scream to get out of bed, like I was like
That's
stuck,
crazy.
and it's so random, bro. And when they finally told me, hey, you probably have it, the one thing that's gonna tell you if you for sure have it, even though it's like 80% chance that you have it. It used to be zero, now it's 80% chance I have it.
Yeah, yeah,
And there go, you have to take a Humira. It's a pen that I take. I'm gonna take it forever. I have to take it for the rest of my life.
okay,
And I like injected myself like an EpiPen. And the next morning, bro, like if nothing happened, like if I had been through nothing, my legs were back completely normal, like completely like back to athlete form that I haven't felt in a year. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, this is crazy. This is probably gonna go away like tomorrow, and I'll get
yeah,
my pain back. It's been 5 years, and I've had only three flare-ups. Flare-ups meaning like a flash of the pain will come back for like a couple days and
yeah,
then leave. But I basically found like the answer, and that whole time, what kept me motivated, I'm not gonna lie, it was depressing just not knowing what I had.
yeah.
But once I found out what I had, bro, not only did I do the right medication, I like found ways to like reverse what I have and this and that. So to explain what it is, because you're gonna be like, what the hell is that? I have what's called ankylosing spondylitis. And it's like it basically fuses your spine together over time. So that like when you're 80, you're like hunched over bad and it locks like that.
Yeah,
So you're reading this stuff and it's scary. But I'm like, but am I gonna die? Like I'm
yeah,
good. Like I'm
yeah,
good. So I got the answer. All right, that's fine. They said that the reason I'm so lucky that I like too much like curve or whatever is because I
yeah,
was an athlete. So being an athlete saved me big time. They said that if I was just like a normal dude that wasn't active, that right now I would have already been like kind of screwed. Because if you don't live an active lifestyle and you're not bending and all that, you're like already locked, and that process already starts for you at a young age. And a
wow.
lot of people don't know they have this until they're like old, like old. Um, so bro, once I found out what's wrong with me, I was like, all right, I don't care if I have to take this forever, but I feel great right now, and I'm gonna get back on top, and I'm gonna go chase whatever I'm gonna chase, banana ball, whatever it is.
Uh-huh.
And I also like did research on it, and there's ways to like reverse it and this. So every day I like dedicate, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to just stretches and stuff like that. But it's pretty crazy what I have, and it's not normal. But I know I went off a little bit there, but to
Ah,
answer
no,
your question, the way I stayed like determined, I've been through like injuries, right? I've been through the worst injury you can have in baseball as a pitcher is probably labrum. What I got, I was throwing gas at a young age, then out of nowhere, I can't pick up my arm right before you're going to a college, and I still went to a Division 1 school because I was athletic enough to do it the other way, the harder way, the outfielder way, and what I was not the best at, but I still did it right. Then I get to there and I snap my wrist in half, and I'm like, again, like, why me? I'm like, dang, this sucks, but I'm like, bro, everything's gonna be all right. And I took rehab very serious, and I was always very motivated to overcome injuries like that. And
Yep.
then there was times where even when I was coming back from this wrist injury, there's like a scar right here, that when I was coming back, it snapped again. And I'm like, bro,
Yo.
I'm like, what the heck? And bro, call it luck, call it whatever you want, but for me, everything's happened for a reason, man. And that's why whenever I deal with things like that, I always think like there's people that have it way worse. There's
Yeah.
people that aren't walking at all, and
Yep.
there's people that, lost people. Like, I don't know, I'm always thinking of the bright side of everything. And sometimes like my parents tell me like, yo, it's not always like a good, like, I'm like, yeah, man, like I always find the good in everything. And like I told you, I'm always happy, bro.
Yep.
um I'm a people pleaser. Like, you want to go eat somewhere, I'll be the first one to be like, all right, let's go there. I don't care. Like, I don't, I'm telling you, with life, it correlates to how I went about these things in my life,
Yep.
and that's how I'll always go about things in my life.
What is something people don't know about you that would totally surprise them?
Damn. Um,
You're a good artist. You're a good singer. You,
I like it's a, you brought up the singing.
yeah.
I don't sing at all, but I have like this talent, bro, that I sound just like Shaggy, like the Shaggy. Like, I
Yeah.
that's my karaoke song, and like I don't look
Mr. Boombastic.
anything like Shaggy, but bro, I turn into Shaggy straight up when I do karaoke. I have a video on that too that I could send you. It's
Yeah.
wild. Like, my voice just changes. I get some liquid courage in me, and I turn into Shaggy, bro. Straight up. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yo.
But that's like a hidden talent, I guess I have. I'm trying to think of anything else. Something that people would be shocked, right? Like, to be like,
Yeah.
damn. I would say dancing, but that's like my job.
Yeah. I know. That's what we do.
No,
Yeah.
everyone knows I dance.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll circle back to you on that one. I would
What?
say the Shaggy thing is the biggest
Yeah.
impressive thing I got.
Yo, that's a big one.
Yeah.
If you're this is my last question. If your life was turned into a movie, who would play you and what would the title of that movie be?
Damn. I gotta pick like a famous actor,
Nah,
or
if you
like,
got somebody else, like if you got a cousin that he's just a little bit taller, so you want to be 6'4" because he's six
yeah.
four. It don't have to be a famous actor, but just kind of curious on who you thought. And I can't wait to hear what you would call the movie.
Well, I would call it Everything's Gonna Be All Right.
Yo,
I would call it Everything's Gonna Be All Right. And damn, I would put they don't gotta look like me, obviously.
nah.
You're saying like personality, and like who would play that role? Shit.
They could pull it off.
I'm thinking like Fresh Prince, like freaking Will Smith or something.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
Like
Right,
Will
because they
Smith's
gotta sell it.
personality. Yes,
Yeah,
like that
they
Fresh
gotta
Prince
have
of
it.
Bel-Air is Will Smith, bro.
Yep.
Right? But like, I don't know, man. It would I don't know. That's like my favorite actor, one of my favorite actors. That's why I
Nothing
thought
wrong,
of
bro.
it. Dude,
Nothing
that
wrong.
dude. I was okay. Here we go. For sure, The Rock, and I'll tell you why. The Rock has a very similar road to success. The Rock played at the U football,
Yep.
WWE, entertainment,
Yep.
sports,
Yep.
and he's an actor.
Yep.
And but this is all him. This is all himself. He's made it doing what he loves, and
Mhm.
it was before it could have probably been to make it to the NFL and nothing else. But
Right.
look at all the, like, football didn't work out. All right, what's next? WWE makes him a
Yep.
superstar. Now he's an actor. Now he's a entrepreneur, tequila brand dude. He might run for president. Like that dude's road is perfect to play the role in my movie for sure.
Yeah. Yo, that's a good one, man. What he started his entertainment company was like $7 entertainment because that's all he had in his pocket. Just to
Bro.
remind you,
Uh-huh.
you don't have to have a lot to start. You just got to see it
Yes,
through.
bro.
What'd you say? Everything's gonna be all right.
Everything's gonna be all right. That's the name of the
Be all
movie
right.
for sure.
Yo, Cory, I wanna be respectful of your time. That time flew. I'm pointing at it.
Oh
'Cause
yeah, I haven't even looked at the time.
Yeah, it's in the top left for me, so I'm pointing at it if everyone's
Yeah,
wondering.
yeah.
But Cory, this was legit, and I want everybody to know he's a big dog. I'm on my way up, and he didn't even hesitate, and he hit me back. And I want y'all to know that he's a real one. That's
For
Cory.
sure, bro. For sure. No, I could just tell, man, your presence, your vibe, like I'm a big believer when you have people like that together and you talk to other people, like I was meant to come across you, bro, straight up.
Man, I
You
really
made it easy. I was like talking to a homie, to be honest,
oh,
dude. And that intro, bro, I'm gonna clip that intro. That's the best intro I've ever had ever. Because one, normally people don't get my last name right on the first try. They'll be like, and then like give up. Two, you hit everything, bro. Like from the entertainment baseball player to content creator, you hit everything.
Yo.
For sure.
Hey, thanks again. Have a great rest of the night. And yo, we all gonna be following you, man. Yo,
For
the
sure.
chili
Likewise,
peppers,
bro.
a real one. We gonna be checking out the chili peppers.
For sure, for sure. We play in Texas, but we play in closer to Houston.
Oh, that ain't
Sugarland.
nothing. That ain't nothing,
Sugarland,
man.
Texas.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I know right where that's at. I go out there all the time. That's
Bro, if you want
2 hours.
Oh, dude, I'll definitely let you know when we're going. It says it like it says the date somewhere, but we got to get you out there because it's crazy, bro. It's nuts. It's nuts, and they're all sold out. And this is the first time we go on tour, and it's crazy. So we got to get you out there for sure.
Yeah, I'd love to. Plus, I'd like to make some content and tell everybody,
Heck yeah.
no, I'm actually here. We here to see him.
Yes, sir, bro. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we have to. We have
I want
to.
them to know. I'll follow up to this one and be like, yo, we actually going.
Yeah, we did that.
Man. Yo, this was great, Cory. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks
For
again.
sure, man.
Have a
Damn,
good night.
thank you for having me, bro.